Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. Monday, day one of the week, April 27th. We're going to review 0-day options on SPY and the small account challenge. Market's been tricky, a little tricky for day trading for me. And it's simultaneously come with when I've been trying to push it, scale up a bit. And thinking about it from last week and kind of reviewing, it seems like it's has actually been pretty tricky days for trading. Just the low volume bullish grind ups can be kind of tricky. I think I do okay on those, but combine that with then just a very volatile random volume candle that just wipes everything out and then doesn't have any continuation. Here's Eric's 30-minute chart. He's SPY Day Trading on YouTube. You can find his Discord in the description. We're sitting at all-time highs again today. Tight range today. I think 3, maybe 4 points. Yeah, just grinding up. Made a little head here. We've got a shoulder. Bunch of liquidity here for a shoulder. We'll see if we break it and break the blue. Get a little 5-day retest or something. Yeah. Little inverse head and shoulder. Just tight structure though today on a 30-minute. The only 30-minute move really was this green break. I don't even think this was this no. Yeah, it was this one right here. And it was just hard to catch on the 1 minute for me. There was this trade this morning down here, but even this, there was just kind of a zombie trade and a retracement. And my confidence, thinking about it from last week, it has wavered some after the drawdown from last probably 2 weeks. More just like in my charting. I think it's also just because it's been hard price action for me to chart accurately, and so then my trades are reflecting that, and the accuracy is suffering because of it, and then it comes back to my confidence in my charting and kind of compounds a bit. So today actually wasn't too bad at all, but last week was pretty rough. So this is what we got. Tight range again, low volume, a couple of intern candles as Eric calls it. Just easy to move a market when it's low volume. Doesn't take much. So got green here for this precision selling. I think I only saw it show up, I guess, a couple times in here, but yeah. Purple, I had another one. I kind of altered all of them at some point to be more accurate. My morning charting has just not seemed that good lately. I don't know why. Had red here, red, purple, and complete the inverse cup, and then of course just failed to continue that direction. Completed the cup, and then failed to continue that direction. And yeah, pretty tricky market. My first trade was put. I actually got 2 of them. Look at that. 955, 956 I bought puts. So let this one go. I guess I could have got on the break of purple. It's tight structure. I mean, you have a little head and shoulder up here. This purple wasn't like this. It was gray and it looked different. And yeah, this is the kind of early candle trading that I kind of started to do, like getting more comfortable with, but yeah. Anyways, missed that one, which was fine. 940, 955 right here. So got on that wick. It wasn't red, it was another one. It was a little less aggressive. Actually, I think it was this gray right here. Yeah. So this was basically my resistance, this gray. And that's why I was getting a put for inverse cup and handle. Some liquidity down here for this to be ahead. Failing to complete the cup is bearish. So I was going to use gray for my stop. Then it kind of broke it and then just kind of grinded between it, just right in the middle of it. At some point I started charting purple, and this gray should end up being up here, I guess, kind of in the middle, just this whole range. Anyways, got 2 of those, 955 and 956. Sold the first one for a tiny profit at 10:02 after it just started grinding. I'm like, on this candle, and just taking too long to come back down. So building liquidity, I didn't want to be part of it. I had a clear resistance, but it was just ugly. Even though it did come down. Not ideal. Sold the next one for tiny loss at 10.04. So I was able to manage the risk, I guess, somewhat okay. Sold that next one there. And next trade was... Didn't feel like I traded much today, but this chart is long again. 10.30. And then 10.31, so... Or no, just 10.30, sorry. 10.30 I got to put. Came down, came down, came down. This was for a break. I don't know if purple... I think I had that charted a little different. Or it was charted here. Gotta put there for that break. Yeah. Volume picked up on this candle. It was breaking the purple. It was selling in the green, which is what I was looking for. Trying to stick to precision, especially for scaling up. So, broke there. It did look like it was a break with the volume as well. The price action just looked that way. I was like, I'll just take it as at a market. I think I got it. I don't even think I limit ordered it. No, I guess it was a limit. And then I decided to use green for my stop. So I stopped out of that one. That was 10.30 to 10.33. 54 cents to 48 cents. Close it on that candle. Yeah, don't know what. I guess I should have that down there, I guess. I don't know why. Didn't. Or there. But it's like, where do you put it? It's like these wicks just always kind of throw me off. It was happening last week too. I don't know where to, like, it could be this whole range then, so I really have to wait till it's all the way down here and then it moves over. So it forces you to take zombies. If you're not taking zombies to breakouts, you're just always gonna get, it always failed. Next one, 10.30, sorry, 11.02. So one of those crazy candles, relatively continue to grind down. And right here, what was I getting at 11.02? I was getting a put. Yeah, this was still up here. I think I did end up putting that up there after that did that. I'm like, all right, well, that looks like a safe spot. So on this candle, I got a put and green for my precision. This one actually did kind of work, even though it wasn't necessarily right because it didn't really complete the cup right here. You could also say it broke this selling in gray into a steeper selling. Either one of those could have been an entry. For me, I think it was more the break the purple. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I can't scale up with this kind of stuff. I don't have the confidence. I don't have the, I'm not fast enough. Maybe I'm not sure, because to scale up and then get stopped here, it's like, it's just too small of a range. Maybe with futures I could, I'm not sure. But bought, let's see, got two of them actually right there. Oh, got three. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Got three right here. They were limits. I remember putting the order in here and then it like didn't fill for a long time and finally it barely filled all three. Then it ripped up and then the candle reversed and I didn't man, just won the best. It's just such a tight range. So for starters, I had of course I had one of these here. So that was gonna be my first take profit just in case. So I took one on that 11.03 candle, which was just a tiny profit, 62 cents to 65 cents. And then it comes down. I'm looking for low of day, of course, which technically is the wicks are down here. And this comes down, and then this candle bounces big, engulfs, and then we break the green. And then I'm out on that 11.06. I think. Where did I sell that? Yeah, 11.03. I did sell one at 11.03 on this candle. Or no, sorry, two. Yeah, I sold two on that candle. I ended up selling a second one. 65 cents and then 71 cents. But it's too tight of a range. Like it's, yeah. So maybe I shouldn't have taken that. I'm not sure. I mean, of course it'd be nice to take it up here, but in hindsight, the charting is much easier to just say, yeah, why not? I didn't have this red at that point either. I just had gray. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So potentially if I had red, that would have been easier. Potentially. Yeah. But this would have been very lame to hold through anyways. So close two right there. Yeah, so thankfully I was thinking about just taking profits, taking it out of the market, because wasn't expecting much. And the last one I closed there, I think, yeah, 1106 for 62 cents. The last one was break even. Actually, it was actually a stop, break even stop, which those always get triggered. Might as well just sell it before it gets there, pretty much. 1233. I'm in a call for 45 cents. 715 call. So it comes down. This red I had from right here, as well as these resistances up here. You can see purple kind of working its magic through here. Little inverse head and shoulder down here, but given it's a very tight grindy range, can't just be taking those. That could easily be a bear flag still, given that we've completed the inverse cup. At that point, it was selling in the red. I didn't know that, so that's bullish technically, but it can keep selling that channel and keep going down. Yeah, so where did I get this? Got there. I front ran it. Why did I get that there? I think maybe because this gray. No. Did I actually get one there? What happened? No. 1233. Yeah, I didn't catch that. Didn't catch that. Just kind of waiting for a cup to close. I had red, so broke the red, but again, there's a huge wick up here. There's a wick here. There's a wick here. Where is it really breaking it? I moved this after the fact. I put one here, thinking, okay, I could have taken it there, but who knew? I didn't have this gray at that point either. This would have been a pretty nice one to just jump in on, even though this is pretty slow selling, but this is easy to manage your risk on this gray. I actually glanced at Eric's chart at this point, kind of by mistake, and saw that he had this, and I was like, all right. For some reason, these angles I don't always draw. I just don't always trust them. Like, where it's just like a mellow buying or mellow selling. It's actually bullish or bearish. It's not building liquidity. I guess I kind of had it today with this one also. But anyways, yeah, I didn't catch that. What did I say, 1233? Yeah. So this is where it's kind of big wicks. Where is it completed the cup? Where's the handle? Where do I draw the lines? Bought a call at 1233 for 45 cents. Yep, on that break. So it broke this final wick right here. Came up, came down. I just drew another one. I was like, well, maybe a little inverse head and shoulder here, and I'll just take it on the break. And it did. So I took one right there. Kind of just grinded up. Didn't quite make high of day. But I sold it anyways, just because, yeah. 1241. I don't know why I sound so negative. I'm like realizing that. It was a fine day. I guess it's kind of a little frustrating. Yeah. So I sold it right here for profit. And it was small. 45 cents to 51. Again, this isn't something I can scale up on. Next one was at 1 o'clock. So again, where does the cup close? Where do I draw these red lines? The frustration, I guess, is where I can't get answers to these questions. So this one, yeah, retested perfectly, which of course looks nice here in hindsight. But where's my risk? How do I manage that? Yeah, I see purple now, but in that time, the cup's not closed technically. It looks closed, but you know, really, it's not totally closed. But I saw this, and I think that's when I jumped in. Oh no, yeah. So again, with the question, where's the cup close? I put another one up here, thinking, okay, maybe this is the cup close, so I'll put one here for a handle. And so when it broke that, I got a call again on that break, and then it just grinds down that. So kind of using that to manage my risk, I think. That's what I was doing. Yep. 1 o'clock, sold it at 102 for break even, stopped it out, which was smart. 103, got another one for 49 cents. Sold it at 111 for 42 cents. Yep. On this candle, yeah, it reversed on me. And then I charted this gold, which is tapering and bearish. 103 to 111. Next trade is at 115. I got a call. Sold it at 116. These are all just single options today. I'm just scaling back a bit. Middle of the day, I want to scale back. Non 30-minute moves, I want to scale back. Yeah, those are two good ways to scale back. 115 to 116 in calls. Let's see. Right here. So I didn't have this gold at that point. Let me show you what I most likely had. I've moved it since then. Yep, so I've just put another one up here. Thinking, all right, well, it's still building liquidity. I'll wait for it to break that. It breaks it, and then it rejects. And that's when I then drew that gold, I think. So another stop there. Very small stops, single contracts. 206, I bought one. 206, I bought another one. These are calls. Sold them at 216. Wow, I hold those a while. Rally, we got this crazy news candle just relatively for the day. It's very small actually, but ripped up. The problem here is it wicked and then ends up finding resistance on this gold channel I just drawn. I'm like, great. Well, I'm not gonna get a call there. That'd be dumb. Should I wait for it to build a handle? And then it breaks above it, so I could take it on the break of that. But yeah, that's really the only thing I could have done, and that I mean, just didn't seem like a good trade. Because I wasn't even, I just charted that gold. And there wasn't a, I don't know. Yeah. So that, like, yeah, the break, yeah. Didn't do that one. What did I say? 206. Yeah, 206 bought a couple calls. So rallied up. I saw a target for top of blue on the 30-minute. Oh yeah, right here. So by this point I did have this gray. So I broke it here, but then I put it back here, and I was like, I'm just gonna jump in on this and use that for my risk. And I actually ended up, or no, I guess I didn't wait. Yeah, I did wait until it broke that, so it didn't really matter a whole lot. It was tight range. So got it there, held through here, 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 and then just started. It was just too slow, and it was kind of just dancing all over it. So I think I closed out on that. I didn't like the buying. Closed out of those at 216. Tiny loss. Yeah, held all the way up till here. Took an hour break. 315. Bought 2. Bought 3. Bought 4. Calls, market, and then limit. 315. 3. Oh, that was a mistake. That's right. All right, 315, 316. I had 3 calls. You can see why right here. So, I mean, the cup's definitely closed by now. Looking for inverse head and shoulders, with red being the liquidity build. And had it here, and actually had a bounce off gold, which I guess I could have gotten it there, but this is hindsight, of course. After it happened, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess, but I still wasn't too sure about gold. I only had it from right there. And buying when it's going against you, it's like, how would I manage it? Well, I guess with gold I would have in that case. Yeah, anyways. I didn't get it till here. So, again, another trade where it had to be kind of a zombie for it to work. Otherwise, the price action is just too small and too choppy. Yeah, got there, 316. Bought, let's see, bought at 315, 2, and then bought one at 316. Yeah, on that candle, and then that candle, and then it just, all these little inside candles. Kind of hitting high a day. My target was, this was my first target, was top of gold. Because at that point, I was pretty confident in gold since it retested here and it showed itself back here. But it starts grinding. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll throw gray on there and use that for my stop. I actually accidentally bought another one instead of sold. Yep, I did that when I'm sitting around waiting so long. That kind of happens. So right here, I tried to sell one just because it had pretty much tested high of day and was just grinding, and I wanted to just reduce some risk. But instead, I bought another one, which was fine. I was able to get out of it for the same price 2 minutes later, right here. This came over to the gray that I was waiting for. And then I sold the other two right here on this candle once that gray broke. So never made it to there at that point. And yeah, I was, let's see, that was basically a break-even trade. So just commissions on that one. And then 345. So a little inverse head and shoulder here. This cup had closed. We're still buying up in the gold, which isn't great, but you might have a retest on the top of the channel, which would also coincide with us retesting the top of this blue, which I was kind of waiting for since we broke the green. And right here, we broke it with a crazy candle. I got one at a market. I got these further out of the money. I feel like I typically got to get 715, but I was kind of trying to get 716 so they wouldn't decay as bad potentially, because they were like 12 cents, 13 cents. They were very cheap, so it's kind of for a squeeze. All right, they were 20 cents. Yeah, 20 cents. The other ones were like 60, and I don't know. I think the actual value was about the same as the ones in the money as far as what we got on it. So bought two at 345, one more at 346 on this candle for a limit. And then we did actually get a little move. This was the 10-minute candle, of course, which just went whoop, boom, boom, and there was no way I could close on that wick. As soon as it happened, I hit close, and I think it was red by then. So yeah, just a tight range, like just avoid trading it, I guess. It wasn't really a loss for me because pretty break-even type day. Let's see, so 346 I was in them, sold one at 350, that 10-minute candle. It was a little bit profitable. Yeah, it was 20 cents to 25, so percentage wise it actually wasn't bad. I wouldn't want to do a lot of scale with these because, you know, it's basically just the slippage. That's your profit. I'm hoping the limit order fills and the market order doesn't screw you. 350. So on that 10-minute candle I sold another one for 23 cents. Market, both those are market, and then I just put a break-even stop, which of course it stopped on this candle for break-even. So looking back, like hindsight, once I charted this gold, it would have been really hard to, I guess, on a retest of the bottom of it, like here, with that being my stop, but I hadn't charted it until later, I don't think. And seeing where the cup actually closed is just difficult. It never really made a nice handle. To me, this all looks like a shoulder now, so looking for a nice inverse head to then grab that shoulder. But instead, I just made little inverse head and shoulders over and over, and then it ended up breaking out on a impossible to catch news candle or intern candle, whatever it was. I don't know. So zombie from down here, sure. Yeah, if I had that red charted. Where to catch it on this break, no idea, because all these wicks, like, of course this one looks the best now than it's hindsight. If I had this gray charted sooner, sure I could have jumped in maybe here once it broke this gray, but breaking those steeper, like not completely steep but steeper ones, they're not, I mean, now it looks very nice, but yeah, I guess if this was charted this would have been easier, but I didn't have that charted. Yeah, so other than that up here, like, I thought about a retracement trade on breaking this purple, but I'm like, no, I should just not to trade. Just try and avoid trading. It's not doing anything beneficial for the most part. I think I was thinking if it broke into here or out of here. Yeah, if it broke through here, I would have taken it, this orange, but by that point it was probably the end of the move if it happened. Up here, this would have been a nice grab. It would have. The cup had completed there. It was a nice retest on that red. A little bit difficult to manage the risk there on that one. I guess it could have been with this gold. That would have made sense. Yeah, but this late in the day, like this little bit of wrong direction is a killer. So really throwing that white in and using that would have been the best. I milked as much as I could, I feel like. Because I even got that little move. Just, yeah, I don't know. keeping this sizing small, I think makes a lot of sense for me at this point. Until price action changes, until I get better, or until I'm more confident with what I have drawn. I'd like to be able to just show up and kill it, no matter what the market is. And I do think it's possible. I just probably just have to get better for that. I'm fine to have smaller profits on days like this. But yeah, I guess it's just navigating. Yeah, trying to navigate that without just scaling up. It says I'm instead of $1. On the other thing, it says I'm down 5. So brokerage 1 today. Brokerage 1. Happy money 0. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to show my P&L on for Friday's video that just came out. Another red day. It was like, I think it was like $80 red. So nasty few red days. Linking up. And yeah, some reevaluation. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow will be better. I'm going to try and be patient, wait for 30-minute moves for the scaling up. Trying to stay scaled down also midday. Trying to trade less. And yeah, I don't know about charting. I don't know. Teach us, Eric. Teach us how to chart. You've never taught us. Thanks, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Have a nice 6th round. Peace out.